Hi there, it is Steph here, and today I thought I would walk you through a few of my favorite apps and websites for music theory. Now, I found in my many years of teaching and being a student myself that theory is often thought of as pretty boring. And I get that. It can be repetitive, it can be a little dull sometimes to just sit with the workbook. When singing or playing your instrument is really fun, right? Getting to make music is so fun, so engaging. And so the theory portion also often gets like dropped by the wayside, or we forget about it every week, that sort of thing. And I want to make sure that when I'm teaching my students that they find theory engaging and fun, and that they know that the writing, of the scales and everything is important, and workbooks are really important. But there are other ways to also work on theory too. So I have a couple of things picked out I want to show you that are good for all different ages and levels and are kind of customizable, which is something that I really like. First one is called Rhythm Cat. This one it was Rhythm Cat Lite, so it was free when I got it. I haven't checked if it costs more now. I've had it for a few years. It's super handy for working on rhythms and focusing on rhythms. One of the fundamental things in music that we really want to focus on. This one I love because it has quite a variety of levels, going from very simple quarter notes in 4/4 time, just learning about getting that beat consistent, all the way up to much more complex up here, where we're doing both hands doing rhythms. So this one I also like because it has a kind of harsh rating system in that you get 3, possibly up to 3 stars for every level. Every mistake you make, you lose a star. So, and if you make 3 mistakes, you got to repeat the level. So you get that really nice feedback from the game of, as you're tapping out your notes, the color will change to green if you get it right and orange if you missed it or got it wrong. And so students can easily see that where the mistakes are made and how to improve and work on them. So let's try a level. Let's do like level 5 here. Some of them are short, some of them are long. They give you a count in, which is nice. We can see here we're working on quarter notes, quarter rests, and half notes. And this big black button down here is what we're going to tap to make each note. We're going to hold down for the half notes and not touch it for the rests. So let's see how this works. Go back up to the top. That way it can be longer. Let's see, 3 stars. There we go. I like this one a lot because of the hold down feature. I find a lot of younger students struggle with holding down for half notes. They'll play half note and play 2 sounds instead of holding down for 2. So this one is really good at reinforcing that. Yeah, so that is Rhythm Cat or Rhythm Cat Lite on the App Store. The other one that I like a lot is Flash Note Derby. Now this one was free when I got it. I believe it's gone up to about $5. But for those who would use it a lot, absolutely worth it. So super fun. It's geared a little bit younger, but of course anyone could use it. Flash notes are universal. And this one I love because it has a huge range of notes to choose from, lots of ledger lines, top and bottom for both clefs. Really, really handy. And you get to pick exactly what you want. So you can literally just say, boop, I want to do all of those. Or you can pick and choose, I want to do that one and that one and that one. And you can do, of course, between the clefs as well. Do all the line notes and treble clef and bass clef, or all the space notes, that sort of thing. The fun thing for kids is you get to change your theme. So there's 4 possible themes. One of them, the reindeer race, is only for Christmas. There is a horse race, a Pegasus race, super cute. And then the space race, which, I mean, who doesn't love a good space battle? Let's try that one. You can also change the speed of the questions, how many questions. It's quite customizable too. Let's do some space notes because we're doing a space race. Spelling face. Turn that down a little bit. So the graphics are pretty fun. The kids love being the red guy. So we're gonna press our first note and we're gonna attack the bad guy. Isn't that cool? There we go. As we're going, if you make a mistake, so I'm gonna say that that's a B. Oh no, he heals himself. If you make too many mistakes, it starts attacking you. So, you know, there are actual stakes in our note naming. Very exciting. All right, we'll do another few of these for me to do. And then the ending is pretty fun. I find that kids, they need the repetition. Well, anybody needs repetition when they're working on note naming especially. And so doing this in like the guise of being a game is super handy because kids love games, they love their screen time. And, you know, have an amazing space battle. Super fun, right? It does have a chance to review mistakes. If you make any mistakes at the end, you can go through and it will show you what you did. Yeah, so that one is really fun. Kids of all ages like that one. And you can work on the note naming with a flashcard, but in a more advanced, fancy sort of way. Now, one that I like using and sending home with students is the Richmond Music School. This is a website, richmondmusicschool.com. When you go there, you're going to go to products and then online music flashcards. It is this little purple guy. Go back to the main menu before I name that note. This one is really nice because it has some more options than a lot of things do. So it has 4 clefs: treble, bass, alto, and tenor clef. Most students don't ever do anything in alto or tenor clef, so it might be a good way of starting teaching that if students do, say, RCM or something. And so we would pick a treble. They have the beginner, intermediate, and virtuoso levels. So beginner stays within the 5 lines, 4 spaces of the clef. Intermediate adds on ledger lines above and below. Virtuoso adds on sharps and flats in addition to ledger lines. And you get 1 minute to name as many notes as you can, and you can go super fast and name them all. I like this one because it is quite measurable. So one thing I've done before is challenge students with how many can you name this week? Maybe you got 20 named. Great, that's amazing. Next week, can you go for 25? And so you practice every day, you start recognizing the notes even better, even faster. And then you maybe come next week and say, I got 30 with Steph, and I'm super excited. So having that little challenge for yourself is always a good thing. And for students when they're working on note naming. So there is that one, richmondmusicschool.com, their online music flashcards. All right, and then the last one I want to show is tonedear.com, tonedear.com. This one has a lot of ear training things. I use this with singing students, but of course piano students can use a lot of these as well. It's really important that we train our ear, not just our fingers. This one has many different elements. So there is the interval quizzes, chords, scales, chord progressions, perfect pitch, scale degrees, intervals in context, and then melodic dictation. So lots of different levels. Younger or more beginner students will probably use the top ones more frequently, but they're all really useful and really helpful to work on. So let's do, for example, chords. So chord identification quiz, super customizable. So we're gonna choose root position triads. Let's do 5 questions, so I don't have to do this for too long for you. And then start quiz. And then you can see here all the different ones are listed. What I often will do for students is we'll just start off with major and minor. Even little students can absolutely hear the difference between major and minor, just with a little bit of ear training and listening. So it will play, I'm gonna turn this up, a chord. Does it sound major or minor? I'm gonna say major. Yes. There we go. So you get that, again, that immediate feedback of, yes, you got it correct, or try that again. You can have as many options as you want. You can have all different kinds in there to make it more and more complex. You can also have the fixed root if you'd like, or the movable root. And so that's really nice for everyone to work on their listening skills. And you can do it at home without someone helping out with. I know ear training can be quite difficult to do at home. You don't have a lot of that feedback of got it right or wrong, because you're just like, I think that's a 4th, I think that's a 5th, I think that's major. But with this one, you know that you got it right or wrong. Super handy. All right, so there are a few ideas for all levels of apps and websites to make music theory fun. Enjoy.